I got number 1 in the world in the new Sudden Death tournament in Clash Royale. Today's video is about showing you how I got there and which decks I used. So guys, to be fair, I switched the decks a ton of times. First of all, I used like Miner Wall Breakers a lot, like the normal one of like Knight, Spear, Goblin, Spats. Then I also used the Remy deck as you're seeing here. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think about the Sudden Death tournament. Normally people say, okay, Graveyard Freeze is really good, right? Or also like the Loon Freeze decks. But I honestly had a ton of success with just like Cycle decks. I used like Miner Cycle every single game. I also had like a ton of success with Logbait, because these decks do really well against especially like Freeze decks with like the Loon, but especially also with the Graveyard. So we're just gonna go in here for the Magic Archer, just getting some cheeky chip damage. And the games are really fast, really speedy, and really great. So we're just gonna go in for the Bomb Tower, really bad Magic Archer placement. I'm just gonna use my Miner here on defense, perfect Spear Golem placement, since the Miner is gonna be able to tank for that. Now I'm just gonna go in for my Wall Breaker here at the bridge and trying to apply some pressure. So I'm just gonna go in here because I know that he doesn't have his Fireball and Cycle, and we're just gonna get some decent amount of chip damage. I'm also gonna go for the Log to get even more damage, and his tower is now on almost 1k HP. So I'm just gonna go in here for my Spear Golems, perfect Spear Golems placement, really happy about that. I think I'm just gonna go for Miner here. No, I think I'm just going to go for a Tornado here. Really okay Tornado, I would say. I'm just going to go for my Log here. The Log was honestly not too great, but look at the Wall Breakers. Both are connecting. Knight is coming down here, hopefully tanking everything. And now we just need to get some more chip. And this feels like the game is over already. Honestly, the opponent did a ton of mistakes, but I also feel like the matchup against Pekka Bridge shouldn't be too bad. I could have gone for like a Magic Archer aggressive at the bridge, but I feel like there's no need for me to be over aggressive. I'm also just going to let the Ghost go here. I'm just going to go now for my Magic Archer here. Now I'm just gonna go for my Log plus Tornado, really clean Tornado, and also like a Log combination. I'm just gonna go for my Spear Golems here. Now I'm just gonna go for my 90 because I knew he's just gonna zap that, and I basically can just spell cycle him. Even if we don't have a big spell, it's still looking absolutely fantastic. We're just gonna go for the Miner here. Wall Breakers are also coming down. Minus in the tower. Log Tornado should be able to finish him off. GG's, well played. First game, first win. That's awesome. Next, we're playing against one of the best players in the entire world in a really difficult matchup. Remy is actually using the Remy deck, and I'm using the deck which you don't really think like everybody's gonna use it, or like even anyone's gonna use it. Like, we are using this really good Logbait deck, like a normal Logbait deck, and this deck is honestly really good. So I'm just gonna be aggressive opposite lane here with my Princess. He needs to go for Valkyrie. This means that he's really low on Elixir, so I'm just gonna go now for my barrel opposite lane. And honestly, that's a really solid start, right? We get so much damage on the tower on the left side, but also of course on the right side. So far I'm really happy about that. I'm just gonna go for my Ice Spirit here. Ice Spirit is doing an okay job. He decides to go for a Magic Archer. I'm just gonna go for my Log here. Really aggressive Tornado on his end. Also not a really good Tornado because the Magic Archer didn't connect. But I can tell you guys, this matchup, especially in Triple X time, will be so tough. So of course I want to get as much damage as I can early on, and then just going for the rocket side, because Magic Archer Tornado is undefendable for us. So I think now I'm just going to go for my Ice Spirit here. Now I'm just going to go for my Goblin Gang here, using my Log here. Perfect Knight to make sure that he's not going to get too much damage. And now I think I'm just going to go in for my Goblin Barrel here. And now I'm just going to go in for my... Do I go for my Tesla? No, I don't go for my Tesla. And I'm just going to go in for my Princess here. Princess is going to kill the Magic Archer. As long as the Magic Archer is not going to get like any value, we are winning this one, right? Like, Magic Archer is the most annoying card in this type of match. I'm just going to go for a really good Goblin Gang here once again. The good thing is like that my gang here tanks for the entire, or like my Tesla tanks for the entire gang against Magic Archer. And once again, we're doing a really good job. But so far, honestly, in the last couple of like seconds, in like the last half of a minute, we didn't get any damage, right? So we got a really solid situation, but he got more damage than us, even if we're like still defending it really well overall. I'm using my Ice Spirit here, making sure we always get as much value as we can off the Princess. And now I'm just gonna go for my Princess here. He got really good Bomb Tower here, and got an overall great defense. Once again, we're not able to get any damage. So I'm just gonna go for my Log here. I'm just gonna go for Magic Archer, get like one spicy shot. And now I'm just gonna go for my Ice Spirit here. Really good Miner on his end. I'm just gonna go in for my Knight here. But I think right now I'm just gonna go for another barrel. That was a really interesting Log. I think you kind of wanted to pre-log my Princess maybe, but like perfect Tornado placement. With this Tornado placement, you're able to activate King Tower without taking any damage. So I think in this type of situations I should have like played my Tesla lower, just like next to my tower, and just go Log on top of the on top of the wall breaker and so on, because this Tesla doesn't really get any value. And if I go like for my Tesla next to the tower, I don't really need to respawn with a gang. I don't really need to respawn with a knight against this miner, and he doesn't get any magic archer value, right, with a Tesla. So that was really bad by me, and also like he's kind of coming back to this game, so I'm just gonna decide to go for a rocket there. And I think right now I'm just going to use with the Tesla. I'm just going to once again go for high Tesla. I don't know why. I should have gone just for low Tesla. He's just going to snipe it here. So I'm just going to go for my Prince. I'm just going to go for another barrel. I think now I'm just going to go for my Log plus Ice Bird here. Really okay defense. But I think right now I'm just going to go set up a Tesla. This time we're going for the low Tesla. I think this is the right choice. I'm also going to go now for my rocket here. Now we got a really good spot, right? I kind of just want to go like for log. I think I need like 3 or 4 logs. I think I need like 3 logs and just like another rocket. So this is kind of what I want to do here. So I'm just going to go now for my ice boot here. I'm just going to go for another barrel here because I always kind of want to keep up the pressure and the aggression to make sure we're doing a great job here. So I'm just going to go for a knight. And that was honestly a really bad knight. So I need to go for my log here. And now the magic archer is going to get some decent amount of chip damage, but that was a really bad Valkyrie on his end. I'm just going to go in for another stuff like this. I'm just going to go for my ice speed. I think this time I just should have played my prince instead, going in for the goblin gang, which just allows him to go in for another magic archer, but he decided not to go for that. He just decides to go in for his really low this bomb town and spear golems. I'm just gonna go set up another Tesla. This Tesla is not really doing anything, so I'm kind of like throwing this game away. Using my log here, just getting some decent amount of chip damage. The good thing is with the log, I just need 2 logs to finish off the magic archer. I'm just gonna go in for this one here. I'm just gonna go now for my another log here, just trying to get some chip damage. Once again, we don't get damage on tower, and now like look at the magic archer, always like chipping, always dealing damage, and this puts him in a situation where I'm like really struggling. So I need to go for my log here. Really good log. I'm just gonna go for my ice bird here. Really good ice bird. I'm just gonna go for my gang high just to make sure, distract the magic archer. Magic archer's not gonna get on tower. It's gonna get one shot. I can just go for the rocket here. Mine on the tower. Log is coming down, but we are beating one of the best players in the entire world with his best deck in a really difficult matchup. Now guys, we got an absolute masterclass. Me once again playing the mortenroyale deck against DJ Adolite. This guy, he's absolutely incredible for his deck. This is actually his main deck, and I was like 32-2, and I got like to 37-2, so 5 wins in a row. Absolutely crazy display here. And when you guys see this video, I might have finished #1 in the world, I might have not finished #1 in the world. This is kind of a surprise, so you're smarter than me at this point. So using like my log here just to cycle, and I honestly would say I got really great defenses, right? I got the bomb tower, I got tornado, I got the magic. He doesn't really have anywhere to kill that, but the problem is I don't have a big spell, right? So he's like, if he's like able to build up a huge bowler tornado push, like tornado magic archer into his stuff, with the lumberjack and the double drain combination, it will be so tough for me to defend. So I just decided to go for tornado, deactivate king tower, really easy clean defense. And I'm just gonna go for my spear golems. I think right now I'm just gonna go for my miner here in the back, because I know actually that his tornadoes auto cycle, and he's going for really great freeze here, making sure that also the spear golem gets frozen. Spear golem though gets like 1 shot. I'm just gonna cycle log here because I feel like I have to, right? I don't really want to overcommit there. He's just gonna go in here for this. I'm just gonna go now for my spear golems to the left side. I'm just gonna go for defensive Valkyrie, and that's honestly fine. I think right now I'm just gonna go once again being aggressive here with miner on the left side. I don't really want to go wall breaker, just like I don't want to give him too much barbarian ball value, so he goes in like on the right side with this barbarian ball on top of the wall breaker. But look at this, the spear goblin is getting some damage, and the spear goblin range is actually overpowered sometimes, because you really need to be reactive and really fast. You need to really fast reaction time sometimes to respawn, because if you play also your tube a bit too low to distract that, it's just going to be painful. So really great spear golem placement with the miner, making sure the bowler's going to die. The electro dragon gets targeted by the spear golems in the tower, so really clean defense. So I'm just going to go for another miner here, just trying to get some chip damage. And so far we're doing a great job. We got the king to activation, but soon we go into triple elixir time, and triple elixir time is actually his time to shine with his deck. So I'm using my spear golem and my magic archer now on the back, using my Valkyrie on the right hand side to make sure we're distracting the bowler, and that we don't really need to worry too much about that. Using my spear golems high there to make sure we're cleaning it up. I'm just gonna go now for this stuff. I'm just gonna play my really, I thought like for 1 second the magic archer on a tower, it's not on a tower, but the stealth thing was worth it, since like the miner gets a ton of chip damage, and also at the same time an electric dragon is gonna die. And also I faced this guy once again after this game, so like this guy and me, we had a really great rivalry. Man, I can't really pronounce this word, but we got a really big fight in this global tournament against each other. So I'm just gonna go for this type of stuff. Now we're kind of struggling, right? So I need to go kind of like miner there. And look at this, there's like a double inferno dragon push. There's like the bowler at the bridge, And I don't really have too much elixir, so I thought like, okay, this game might be over. We're going for really great spear golems though. No, I need to go for my brawler. And look at this, guys. Look at this. Like, look at the situation. I'm just gonna go for a magic arch here. I'm just gonna go for a really smart tornado, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna go for my wall breaker high here. And we are making sure to, like, we're not defending this, but we're staying alive. And also at the same time, we got some damage on the left side. So I don't know how, but I'm still alive. I'm still in a damage lead. So I'm just gonna go for my bomb tower here. Bomb tower is hopefully doing a great job. And I'm just gonna go, I think, now with aggressive magic arch, because I know this might be some damage. So magic arch is chipping away, which is great. I think now I'm just gonna go cycle tornado here to pull everything together, like everything back. I'm just gonna go for my miner here. Miner's doing a great job. He needs to kind of go for something like that. He goes in for that. I'm just gonna go for bomb tower. He's just cycling a log. I'm just gonna go for another tornado here. And I'm just, yeah, I don't know how, but I won this game actually against one of the best balloon freeze players with a matchup where I feel like in triple X time I should lose this one. But like, deciding when to go all in because you know you can't defend is like really important ability, especially with this type of cycle decks, because I would have never been able to defend this huge of a push. Next up, we are facing this Asian guy, and actually was switching this deck up because I felt like, okay, it might be really smart to play this deck because there was also like an electro-trading player going around and I didn't really want to face him with this type of other decks. So I'm just gonna go for this, and it was honestly a really bad start. It was a really bad start, but he didn't know what I'm playing, so he's just gonna go for the gang here. And this gang actually gives me like the first opportunity. Mother Witch felt so broken in Global Tournament because I could just go in for my Mother Witch here, getting so much value. And now I'm just gonna go for the Skelly King in the back, using for this Electro Spirit. And I think right now I'm just gonna cycle my Tombstone in the right hand side. And I thought like, okay, this matchup seems really good, right? Because I got like all the answers. I got like Barbarian Bell now in cycle finally. I got a Warrior Giant. I got like a good defense. And I think this rocket now from his end is like a big mistake because he's kind of overcommitting. My Warrior Giant is still so much HP. And I'm just gonna use my ability here. And I think right now I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna relax. And now I'm just gonna go for my Mother Witch here. And the Mother Witch is doing so much work. And also I cycled back to another Warrior Giant because I like, you look at this. He's like overcommitting so much on this one side. So I can just go in for my okay, that Fireball by the way was wasted. I didn't expect, I didn't even see that in the game that the Mother Witch targeted it. So Mother Witch absolutely great MVP here. But look at the Warrior Giant. Like doing so much damage. The Knight actually targets the Barbarian, but I can just go for the Knight here. For the Tombstone here once again in the back. And we're looking so good. So I'm just gonna go for my Skelly King here and the Mother Witch combination once again. And I can honestly just go for like a Warrior Giant once again at the bridge if I really want to, because we just got like a huge double lane pressure push once again. So I'm just gonna do it. And if he decides to go for a gang, he should have played the gang a bit lower at least, that he like that I'm not able to hit like the spear gobs and also the stab goblins. So like always give me perfect bramble value. Now he like needs to defend like both sides kind of, because look at this, the piggy is still spawning, both sides is just like absolutely getting amazing value. I'm just gonna go Fireball here, and this game is already over, dude. And I just feel like, I mean like, if you have like a hot streak in this global tournament, it makes so much fun because the games are clean, they're easy, they're spicy, you win them so fast. But overall I would say this global tournament was really toxic overall. Now we're facing Sparky, one of the best decks in this Royal Tournament. This is why I lose Logbait, right? I tried to beat all of like the beatdown, the huge big tank decks with like my quick cycle decks, right? Logbait. You guys know I'm like one of the Logbait legends in the game. I was using Logbait so much back in the days, and I just feel like in triple, double, elixir, and also like the sudden death tournaments, like there's so much beatdown all the time, like Sparky decks, Loon decks, and also Electro Giant, Warrior Giant. I feel like Logbait does pretty well overall against them, also against Graveyard decks. So I wouldn't really say like even just like double and triple elixir, because normally back in the days it was like, okay, double or triple elixir time, elixir golem is strong, Graveyard is strong, golem, this big heavy tank deck is strong. But cycle decks, they're also absolutely incredible in double and triple elixir time. I just feel like also in like Sparky is a deck where you normally could think, okay, double triple elixir time is your time to shine with Sparky. No, not at all. Single elixir time is crazy with Sparky, because normally your opponent has not the answers in single elixir time, not the cycle, and especially with cycle deck it feels like so tough. But in double elixir time you can cycle your troops quicker, and you get way easier your defense out. So this is kind of why I think personally that Sparky is also like one of the best decks in single elixir time and not really that great in double elixir time anymore. In this deck, of course, it's really solid. I just need to be kind of careful that I'm not overcommitting. I don't really want to waste my rocket for no reason. I kind of want to cycle my barrels to bait out hours, to bait out some stuff, getting really good princess value, making sure the Mother Witch is not going to get too much value. So I'm just going to go for my log here, using another princess. Just want to get as much value as I can, and a Law of Ice for this type of deck, because I just feel like, as you guys can see here, Ice Bird is absolutely busted. So I'm just gonna go for my Knight low, and as you guys can see here, Knight is taking everything. We got a flawless defense. Even it seemed like we were struggling a bit. I'm just gonna go throw another barrel here on the left hand side, using my princess here low once again to get as much value as we can, and we are looking good. So I'm just gonna cycle my Lock here because, I mean, what am I supposed to do, right? So I need to do something. I'm just gonna go for my Ice Bird here, using my Tesla here, and even if like the Mega Man gets a shot, I'm completely fine. I'm just gonna cycle once again my princess. He's just gonna go for the hours, which kind of means, okay, I can go for a 3 barrel. He's mostly just gonna respond with the Mother Witch here, and I can just go for my gang low there. I'm also gonna cycle Log. 2 logs are gonna finish off Magic Archers and Mother Witches. So when you have like a rocket or you don't have a big spell at all, you kind of wanna abuse the cheap cycle here. As you guys can see here, going double log, making sure to get chip damage on tower around 100, but also making sure to kill the Mother Witch at this point. So this is absolutely incredible. Using like another sort of spammy gang here, and this is awesome. I'm just gonna go for my rocket here. So just like making sure we're kind of in rocket range, using my lock here. And this game is already over, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like see this video, you guys know if I was able to finish #1 in the world. I just hope for the best, but I can tell you guys this global achievement so far was absolutely crazy. Make sure to give a fat thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, use code Morten in the shop, and check one of the other videos out now.